Broadcasting live from the ILTV studios located here at University Drive. Welcome to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Moncur. I'm a Justice of the Peace here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I'm also a member of the local Catholic Christian community. I am now the self-appointed national chairman of that wonderful, wonderful organization to get Donald Trump elected as leader of the free world. I'm going to petition the United States Embassy to find out if there are any ancient laws that exist that will permit me, as a friend of the Americans, to vote. Because if Donald Trump shall become the president by virtue of a fair, open, and democratic election, he shall emerge as leader of the free world. And I'm very, very concerned that the Americans will pull no dirty trick on Brother Donald Trump. So this is powerful. And I call on my people, the Negro people, stop your racism. Stop hating Brother Donald Trump. He loves us, and he will make America great. Take it from me. I'm able to see right into his soul, and he has a heart of gold, and it is powerful today. So I thought I'll start that off because the campaign is intensifying in the United States. The debate is hot, and the media in America is unfair to Donald Trump. But I have advised the Donald Trump campaign is invited to appear on Freedom March, and we will broadcast straight into the USA. It's powerful. God save Donald Trump. God save our king. Ready? Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Today, we in the Free National Movement remembered a meritorious council member, that is Mrs. Althea Sands, who passed away on the 15th of July 2024. And of course, she was memorialized at the FNM headquarters this morning. Among the speakers was the former Prime Minister Hubert Alexander Minnis, the current leader of the FNM and leader of the opposition, Mr. Michael Pintard, the National Secretary General, Dr. Dwayne Sands, the former Attorney General, Senator the Honorable Carl W. Bettel, and of course Hubert Ingram and Tommy Turnquest did not attend the memorial, but instead they sent small speeches which was read at the memorial. So it is a sad day. Althea has 2 children, and of course she died at age 90. And of course her funeral services will be held this Saturday. So we remember Althea Sands. It's powerful. Well, my spiritual advisor is Bradley Rule, and of course Bradley is here with me, and I'm going to invite him to spread the gospel.
The gospel.
Bradley, if it pleases you.
Absolutely. The power of God to save man. Thank you so much, Senator. Good to be here indeed. We're going to go to the book of Acts, chapter 1. This is a very interesting promise, and this is what the Christian hope is all about. Acts chapter 1, 9 to 12. Jesus Christ, of course, after spending approximately 40 days and 40 nights after his resurrection, did give his disciples this confident word. Well, the angels did, I should say. Here it is, Acts chapter 1, 9 to 12. After Jesus said this, he was taken up before their very eyes, and a cloud hid him from their sight. And they were looking intently up into the sky as he was going, when suddenly 2 men dressed in white stood beside them. Men of Galilee, they said, why do you stand here looking into the sky? This same Jesus who was taken from you into heaven will come back in the same way you have seen him go into heaven. Then the apostles returned to Jerusalem from the hill called the Mount of Olives, a Sabbath day's walk from the city. Acts chapter 9. Acts chapter 1, 9 to 12. Something went wrong, but anyhow, you'll always correct it another time. The Word of God is extremely blessed and powerful. Amen. Thank you, producer. Back to you, Sandra.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor.
Indeed.
Well, folks, there are so many controversial things that are taking place in the country, and it is to be noted that the leader of the opposition, Michael Pintard, is making some very serious allegation with Old Firm conducting an internal investigation into the FNM as he demands that the governing Progressive Liberal Party conducts an investigation that Michael would like to define. I want Michael to know a secret. In this investigation, and I take a risk in revealing this to the public, I should not be doing this, but I shall do it. From my observation, the Progressive Liberal Party is attempting to make sure that the investigation is fair. Fair to the Royal Bahamas Police Force as an institution, and fair to individual police officers, because secretly, I have access to secret, the politics of some of the police officers has emerged, and that has troubled the government, because the government does not want to have an investigation which appears to be going after F&M policemen. The government is trying to avoid that calamity, because notwithstanding that there are police officers who are being reported to be strong supporters of the F&M, put aside the politics, they have been professional. Put aside voting for the red people, they have been damn good policemen. So Michael has to be careful. If he needs to be briefed, I'll brief him. I'll brief him. Now, I don't want to run on no more, but I'm prepared to repeat it again, because I know things. The government is attempting to make sure that when any investigation takes place, it is done in such a fair manner that it is fair to the Royal Bahamas Police Force as an institution. Because if we deliberately set out to destroy it, to sabotage it, to underfund it, it will be devastating for the country. Not only that, in the midst of the government contemplating how to ensure that the investigation is done impartially, there are politics emerging. And I am happy that the PLP is dealing with this in a very objective and responsible manner. Because if we listen to my leader, that's Michael Pentard, he sure don't know what he's talking about. And I want Michael Pentard to step back, and instead of issuing any press statement, he should petition the Prime Minister in his capacity as leader of His Majesty's opposition and request a meeting where he and the Prime Minister can have secret talks. We have to be careful how we play politics with this matter. I just want to point that out. I just want to point that out, because our F&Ms, if we don't act responsibly, they could be rightly or wrongly thrown to the wolf. And that must never happen. We must have police officers, notwithstanding how they vote privately, who they support privately, once they have acted professionally, once they have followed the law, we have to make sure that whatever investigation is done properly. The leader of the opposition, he is complaining in the aftermath of a series of young men who have been killed, and these men, it is alleged, has been involved in one of the biggest armed robbery that took place. And that is a robbery involving $1.5 million of the government damn money. And if you would recall yesterday, I reminded the country that there was a robbery perhaps equally as big or perhaps bigger that took place, I said about 20 years ago, but I'm certain it must have been before 1994. It must have been during the reign of Lyndon Oscar Pinley. So that would have been perhaps in the 80s. And today, I was moved to go to a place where, during that period, it was alleged that the $1.5 million or $2 million was hidden. For the first time, I went to 20. And I was shocked when I arrived at the spot, and the building had already been razed to the ground, and it has been toted. And I'll tell you where it is. And if you don't believe me, ask the people of whatever that street name. I've forgotten the name of the street, but it will come back. That hotel was called the Marietta's Hotel. You know where the Marietta's Hotel is, my spiritual advisor? It is, if you are the party. Okra Hill. I went to Okra Hill. And of course, I had a shock. The Marriott Hotel has disappeared.
Long time, man.
I didn't know it. The last time I've been through there, it was there. And I had to go from house to house. And I disturbed the neighborhood. I met 2, perhaps 3 wonderful Negro men whom I asked, what has happened to the Marietta's Hotel? They informed me it had been razed to the ground and it has been toted away. My producer, do you have a piece of open space property that should have been sent to you with a chain link fence so that the Negro people would see where the Marriott Hotel is located? Well, that is where, after the robbery at Commonwealth Bank, it is alleged that the $2 million was taken and hidden right here. All right? But I wanted to get the hotel so I could show this country that we have had big robbery. And I'd like to know who tore this hotel down and whether or not any of that money was found. It's amazing that I have to teach the Negro people things that has happened in this country. And take it from me, there is no Negro in the entire island of New Providence who can challenge what I say. You heard me? They cannot challenge what I say. And one of the Negroes who it is alleged was the mastermind of that armed robbery involving Commonwealth Bank, East Bay Street. He died under mysterious circumstances after he was captured in the United States by the FBI, and the FBI returned him alive. Now, do you want to challenge me on that? Do you want to challenge me on that? Well, the American embassy told me that the FBI brought him in alive. Now, y'all take that on your Negro backside. Who told me? The American embassy told me that. Because I asked them. All right? I asked them. So, Michael Pintadd must be careful. And we have to talk to our young men. We want the rule of law to be upheld. We want all investigations to be done without political interference. We want it to be done objectively. And the best group to investigate, the police. If you want criminal prosecution, it's the police. Ain't nobody could investigate me who are not members of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, and I could be prosecuted. But if the police investigate me and discover evidence that I have committed a crime, they can refer the matter to an independent director of public prosecution, and charges can be levied against me, and the police will testify. And you have to be very careful. So it's clear that Michael Pintard does not have any good contact in the government. He does not have. And it's clear that he does not have good contact in the Royal Bahamas Police Force. But I'm prepared to tell him some powerful FNMs who he should speak to. So I'm going to leave that for the time being. I thought I had a duty as a citizen of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas and as an FNM to ask Michael Pintard, is he willing to throw FNMs? Is he willing to throw FNMs unjustifiably in the fire? Yeah, fire is our symbol. But if we don't control the torch, we can burn the headquarters down. Okay? And I'm committed to protecting citizens without knowing their politics. And I thought I should tell that to you for what it's worth. All right? And I may give you some more information on that robbery of over 30 years ago. Okay? The robbery of Commonwealth Bank has remained a secret, and there is information that the Negro people know about that robbery. That robbery was the mother of all bank robbery, because the way that robbery of Commonwealth Bank took place, I am only inches from telling you what I suspect. So I wanted to stop. All right? Now Michael should go secretly, meet with the Prime Minister and or the Minister responsible for national security, Wayne Monroe, and have a parliamentary meeting and discuss this matter properly. Because the government, and I don't speak for the government, and the government ain't telling me this, so I don't speak for the government, I don't speak for the governing party. I speak as a citizen. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save young men everywhere. God save the Royal Bahamas Police Force. There is two sides to a story. Remember that. Two sides to a story. You're only hearing one side. Let's wait for the second side. God save the King. It's powerful today. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor. And we as a people, as a nation, we have to maintain law and order. No one is above the law. No politician, no policeman is above the law. But we have to be careful how investigations are conducted. And it's very important that the leader of the opposition should make sure that he is perhaps being advised by a competent FNM, a competent attorney, so that he would not cause prejudice, so that he will not cause politics to unfairly enter the investigation. It's very important, and we have to make sure that regardless of the politics of any police officer, we're not investigating their politics. You're investigating whether or not they have broken the law. So you have to be very careful. And I think I have a duty to protect every citizen, notwithstanding their politics. My spiritual advisor, are you going to pay bills?
Yes, let's do that. The Work Center, which is located Rosetta Street across the road from Roberts Furniture, is your one-stop shop for back-to-school Dickies, Timberlands, and many, many more. So come on down and let their friendly staff assist you with getting ready for back to school. The Work Center. Everybody needs money, always, so why not send money internationally and locally through Western Union using MoneyMax? Download the MoneyMax app today to send cash instantly to a family member or friend anytime and anywhere. Sending money has never been simpler. The app is available on the Apple Store and Google Play Store. MoneyMax. Live your max life.
This is powerful, very powerful indeed. Well, folks, there are some other pressing issues that I wanted to deal with. Just the other day, the Defense Force held a graduation, and their reserves, I think this is the first time that the Defense Force, if I'm correct, may have established a reserve, and there has been some outstanding citizens who have volunteered. Among them is, for better description, that no one has told you, I'm going to describe him as a judge of the Supreme Court. Yeah, he is not a full judge, but he has judge powers, depending on the hearing that he is holding. So when I learned that there were distinguished Negroes who have become Defense Force reserves, I decided that I shall conduct what I refer to as a Negro investigation to determine who are some of these people are. I bring that up in view of the fact that in the District of New Providence appeared before me a Negro citizen who claims that he is the father of a Negro daughter who is the ex-lover of a Defense Force officer. And it appears that their love has fallen out. And father has alleged that he is in fear for the safety of his Negro daughter from that wonderful, wonderful Defense Force officer. So I'm going to talk to the Defense Force. I want every member of the Defense Force to know, who are you? You are officers and gentlemen. Who are you? You are officers and gentlemen. If one of the women them that is not your wife by law is no longer interested in the relationship, I understand it could be very emotional, very painful, but you have to control your emotions, and you have to make sure that you do not bring the Defense Force into contempt and disrepute. It's very, very important. You have to control your love. It is my hope and prayer that the woman would have returned lovingly to your arms, but the relationship must come to an end. A couple of days ago, the Assistant Commissioner of Police, Crespel Hanna, announced that the Commissioner of Police, Clayton Fernanda, shall soon establish an organ where citizens who may have domestic problems may come and receive counseling. I want to suggest to the Commodore of the Defense Force, Dr. Raymond King, that he perhaps should consult with Commissioner of Police Clayton Fernanda with a view to establishing an internal domestic counseling agency within the Defense Force, because it appears that the Defense Force officers are loving too hard, and there is fear. I also think that every Defense Force officer who's having domestic problem, whose girlfriends or boyfriends, wife or husband is leaving them or threatening to leave them, or is not, that Dr. Raymond King will take away the government's gun from them, and they will not be allowed to leave the base with any ammunition. That is what I am suggesting for the safety of relationships, okay? I couldn't tell the family my fear, because the Minister of National Security wanted to give me a gun, and I told him, listen, I'm too old now for you to give me a gun. Give the gun to the younger people, okay? Because if he gives me a gun, I'm not going to shoot anybody. Chances are I'll just be shooting up in the air, and that may not be a good idea, all right? So, this is what is needed, all right? So I call on the Defense Force, I call on the officers. If the woman don't want you no more, you should report the base, seek counseling. There can be no intimidation, there can be no threats, and I understand what it is to be left by one of the women there. So I thought I should say that as I get prepared, perhaps to look at the Defense Force reservists, because it's going to be very important that we know who we are training to use gun, because there is an interesting thing happening in this society where, for the first time, I'm seeing a lot of sophisticated people who are now being given the right to bear arms. So I want those who are now being given that privilege, you too must govern your emotions. Other than that, I'm going to tell Monroe to take away your gun. All right? You tell Monroe to take away the gun. So if you want to hold on to the gun, you have to be loving, you have to be respectful, and there can be no threats on the woman them and to the women who might be not discriminated against. And if you are receiving guns, there can be no threats, because guns in the hands of a dangerous person can be deadly. And we've had too many shootings in our society. And to date, I need to hear from the Commissioner of Police how many of these guns were lawfully issued. Okay? So I thought I'll say that my spiritual advisor in the district
Of New Providence.
New Providence,
Appeared before you.
a Negro father who has alleged that there is intimidation. A defense force officer no longer is able to accept the fact that his daughter is no longer in love.
And as a result of that,
Well, they are intimidated. I want to be very fair, because remember, there is two sides
to every story.
to every story.
Indeed.
And in this country, we love hearing one side of the story, making a determination without hearing the other side. And I am one of the king's justices of the peace, and I've taken an oath prior to the king ascending the throne, but when his mother was on the throne, that I shall be fair to all men, including the woman them, in accordance with the law. So this is powerful, and I need Raymond King, the Commodore of the Defense Force, to have a talk with the soldiers and talk to them about love, falling in it, falling outside of it, and how to control one's emotion. I think Raymond King would be an expert at speaking to the young men and telling them exactly how to fall in love and what to do when they fall out of love. And this would be powerful, wouldn't it be?
Boy, that's deep.
Yeah. What would you suggest to young people everywhere?
Sandra, let me tell you, one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of folk often make as relates or when it comes to love. You know what's interesting, Sandra? Love is not a feeling.
Wow. Explain, my spiritual advisor.
It's a decision.
It is not a feeling.
It's a decision.
It is a decision.
Yeah.
Please explain.
It makes a big difference. Because, see, when you decide that you're going to love somebody,
Yes.
you're either going to attract the eros,
The eros.
right, in your mind,
Okay.
the phileo,
The phileo.
or the agape.
Phileo, is that a
Yeah.
kind of fish?
No, no. The eros love is that's the sexual part of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the phileo is almost like in our Bahamian terms. A girl might say, "Hey, I like you," you know. But that like is a bit different from love.
Okay.
If a young lady says that she loves you, it means it's stronger and it's more or less unconditional. And I
Okay.
think the mistake we make in relationships is that we misunderstand the word love. So people go into relationships because we don't know the mind of the individual. There's hidden agendas. People end up going into a relationship for all different reasons. They may not tell you, but in the back of their mind, they have a hidden agenda.
Well, if
You
they
know?
fell in love and start mating, that is not genuine?
Boy, Santa, a lot of times when these relationships end up in sexual relationships, and that's exactly where they end, because most of the time it's all about the sex. And once the sex is over, the relationship is over. See,
Really?
that's not love. Yeah, it happens all the time.
Okay.
That's why you find a lot of people end up bouncing from relationship to relationship And that's quite frankly because of the misunderstanding of why they may have gotten into a relationship in the first place. All right? So let me give you a case in point. There was a couple
Yes.
years ago, about maybe 12, 15 years ago, got married, all right, at a Brethren church. Went off the honeymoon, came back, and the week after they came back, there was a terrible accident on Carmichael Road, rendering the husband paralyzed from his neck down. All right? Beautiful, wonderful couple. Now, what's supposed to happen now? You understand when I tell you what? When you say you love somebody, it's unconditional. Now, you think that wife should have walked away because the accident now has rendered her husband paralyzed from his neck.
Who's
down.
driving the car?
He was.
Okay. And was the wife in the car with
Yes,
him?
she was.
Okay.
So, she still with her husband today. And that's the difference. She signed up for that. That's why when you say you love somebody and you get to the point where you marry them, you need to understand what that love is. Because I can tell you, love is not a feeling. There were many times when I got up and I didn't feel like I wanted to be married anymore.
Really?
But does that mean I'm not married? Or does that give me the right to walk away from the marriage? So love is not a feeling because your feelings are here and there and up and down basically all your life.
Okay,
Love
Mr. Supervisor.
is a decision. You decide to love somebody.
What then would you suggest?
Not because of, but in spite of. Makes a big difference.
What then would you suggest to Defense Force officers dress in white uniform who are having relationships problems that has an entire family in fear?
Seek counseling.
They should seek counseling.
seek counseling,
Them or the family?
The family, you know, I'm sure they go to
You don't think the
some
family
church.
should seek police protection?
So how far has this relationship gotten out? It's threatening now?
It
Is
appears that way.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, I think the Defense Force, I was at the base on Friday, but everybody that I saw at the Defense Force, they seems to have been comfortable with whatever they were doing. Everybody seems to have been happy. I didn't sense that there was any problems in relationships. But perhaps when I visit the Defense Force again, I'll look around a little harder to see if everything is going fine. But I only want the Defense Force officers to know, listen, there must be no scandal to be brought to the Defense Force. Other than that, when the Minister of National Security invites me to come with him to the Defense Force base, I'm going to say, Minister, I'm not going because they're not safe. Okay? So, this is powerful.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. Yeah.
Anyway, let's see what else we're going to talk about. I haven't developed that story with the officers who, with the folks who have joined the reservists of the Defense Force, including a quasi-judge of the Supreme Court. I thought it was powerful that His Lordship is an officer of the Defense Force. I don't know if I'm addressing him correctly. Perhaps when I take an adjournment, I'm going to call a senior counsel and ask him whether or not I'm referring correctly, because this is what Freedom March is about. We are to tell you the things that is hidden, you see? And we have the gift to see things and to know things. And so it was exciting to see that a person in the judiciary was now willing not only to serve in our judicial institution, but he was prepared to defend the sovereignty of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And I think it's powerful. I mean, it's very, very powerful. And so I've looked at his character. He has a good character, good person. So I'm happy that he has joined the Defense Force. And who knows, perhaps he would be able to adjudicate disputes right there on the base, and this is powerful. You Negroes will only hear it here, okay? Because the other media, they don't know nothing. All right? They're distracted. They're supporting the wrong issues. I run into a reporter, and the only thing he's preoccupied with is that finally they would be able to smoke dope. And I just look at that Negro and I said to myself, I think I'm going to tell this pal when I see him. All right? So he even didn't know what's going on at the Defense Force. Okay? So I thought I'd tell that to you for what it is worth, my spiritual advisor. Did you pay bills?
Yeah, we paid one already.
You already paid one? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we'll do it when? 5 o'clock? Okay, 5:30, yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right,
yeah,
no problem.
this is powerful. Yeah, so we have in the Defense Force an acting registrar of the Court of Appeal. Isn't that powerful? An acting registrar of the Court of Appeal is a Defense Force reservist. Now, what did the Negro media call him? What did they call him? They call him a lawyer. Yeah, he's a lawyer, but he's higher than a lawyer. So when I pick up the paper, I said, Lord, you mean to tell me these Negroes who are running the newspaper don't know that that man is the acting registrar of the Court of Appeal? Ha! Don't know it. But I got big story in the paper. But the fundamental point was to point out that history has been made at the Defense Force, because for the first time in the history of the Defense Force, a officer, a reservist of the Defense Force, happened to be the acting registrar of the Court of Appeal. I think it's wonderful, but I think we ought to know it. And I think it's very motivational to know it, okay? Anyway, I think I'm going to ask the intelligence community to send me more information on him. And I must confess, I did ask them. I said to them, listen, secretly, tell me something about him. Do you know, they said to me, he got plenty migratory in his yards. Man, I almost died. That's what they said to me. Say, man, he got plenty migratory. So I said to Marcus Louis, do you know where a certain community is? So Marcus said, yes. I said, head there. He said, what are we going there for? I said, I understand the acting registrar who is being trained at the Defense Force. They tell me he got plenty mangrove. And when I got to the front of his yard, man, there was plenty mangrove. Man, there was plenty mangrove. So, you see, I even know he got plenty mangrove. I mean, he had plenty mangrove. So you see how good my intelligence is? Good intelligence. Because I asked officials, I said, listen, tell me about him. And I almost died when the officer said, listen, Mr. Moncur, he got plenty mango. It's amazing. So that was the only thing they could tell me about him. Everything was positive. He has plenty mango trees, and I think they said he had plenty pear trees. And I told Marcus, let's go there. And I looked around, and one of the mango tree was hanging in the road. And so I walked to the mango tree. I said, Marcus, you see anything right? And I found the right one. This is Freedom March. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the Royal Bahamas Defense Force. God save our King, King Charles III, the entire royal family. Hold on, everybody. I'm campaigning for Donald Trump and the United States of America. God bless the USA! Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Moncur. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor. And of course, you are aware that Monday coming shall be celebrated as Emancipation Day. It's a public holiday. It is when the slaves in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas were emancipated, and that became the end of slavery. So we, the Negro people, we shall celebrate Emancipation Day. You will find that black leadership is embarrassed over Emancipation Day. As we emerge towards Emancipation Day, there is no national exhibition. There is no national celebration. The story is not being told. But thank God for the people of Fox Hill. They're going to have something for us, and so we'll be able to go to Fox Hill and celebrate. When I get to in Fox Hill, there are two tribes that I shall be looking for. I'm going to be looking for members of the Congo tribe. The Congo people are still there. I'm going to look to see if I could find any members of Yoruba tribe. And I asked the men of Fox Hill to start identifying women of the Yoruba tribe. And this is their description. They have big belly and big hips, okay? Big buttocks, big stomach, and that's the way the women of the Yoruba tribes look. And then, of course, I'd like to see if we can find one or two members of the Igbo tribe. So that is going to be powerful. So I look forward to go to Fox Hill to celebrate Emancipation Day. But I yearn to see as emancipation one of the greatest anniversary for Africans and their descendants in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas is Emancipation Day. But everybody seems to be embarrassed. I don't know what they're embarrassed about, okay? Anyway, I don't know. I'm so happy that we, the people of Haiti, we are not embarrassed over our Declaration of Independence, and we are not embarrassed when we celebrate Jour, Drapeau, Flag Day, okay? So it's great. So I'm happy that I'm multicultural. I'm happy that I'm a Bahamian. I'm happy that I'm a Haitian. I'm happy that I'm Jamaican. I'm happy that I'm from the Turks and Caicos. I'm happy that I'm an American. My spiritual advisor, are you ready for the birthday dam?
Yeah, I think we have a couple of birthdays
Go ahead.
that we can do. Let's see. Here we go. First up, our brother Michael Seeley is celebrating his birthday. You got a lot of wishes, Brother Mike. Brother Mike is a Defense Force Marine. Happy birthday to you. Birthday shout out is coming to you from your wife, your daughter, your son, the entire leadership of the Happy Power Church of Christ, also the members of the Happy Power Church of Christ. We wish this hard working, dedicated deacon, Michael Seeley, jack of all trades, a brother that everybody loves. Happy birthday, Brother Mike. All the best to you. And may you live to enjoy many, many more. Happy birthday, Mike. All right. Who else we got here? Genesis Hepburn? Genesis? Genusis. Okay, happy birthday, Genesis Hepburn. May you enjoy this special day. We love you. From your parents, your sisters, your brothers, your aunts, uncles, cousins, and your grandmother, Elder Grace Jones. All the best to you. Happy birthday. We hope you live to enjoy many, many more. Aliyah Seraphim. Wow, good morning. Can you please send a very special birthday shout out to my beautiful angel, Aliyah Seraphim, coming in from her mom, Erica, and dad, Mr. Winsnell Seraphim, also her big sister, Chaldea Young, and her big brother, Canal, also her favorite cousin, Jalen King, her Grammy, Mary knows all the cousins, all the aunts and uncles, the church members, the family. May God continue to bless and keep you. We hope you live to see many, many more. Love your mom. She says she is one of the women there. All right, happy birthday, Aaliyah Seraphim. All right, so Susan, Leander Duncanson. Okay, happy birthday to Lindia Duncanson, out of luck employee, from her daughter, Jalen Roberts, and her mother, Tina Pinder, Mary Hill, and from her grandparents, Pastor Mark and Miss Duncanson, family and friends. May God continue to dwell around you, and when you continue to pray, let God fight your battle. He is a burden bearer and a battle fighter. Have a great day. Happy birthday, Lindia Duncanson. All right, who else do you want to wish happy birthday to? Jamal Bethel is celebrating the birthday. Jamal, all the best to you from the Happy Power Church of Christ. Happy birthday to you from all the brothers and sisters and the entire leadership of the Happy Power Church of Christ. Happy birthday, Jamal Bethel. All right, we're going to do a shout out.
Yes.
Nicole Smith, who celebrates her birthday today, is coming from her mother, Constance, her brother, Ian, Jolyn, Johnny, and the entire Smith family and friends. Rodney wants you to send congratulations to Sally Ann Chisholm.
Yes, Sally Ann Chisholm.
She's been appointed.
She has been appointed as Senior Deputy Director in Department of Environmental Health Services. So we are so proud of Sally Ann Chisholm, and I wanted to know that her families, her good friends, and businessman Derek Davis, they all join me in saluting you. You've been doing a wonderful, wonderful job. So Sally Ann Chisholm, Senior Deputy Director. It's amazing. In the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, the women are being elevated. There is no gender discrimination. And I thank God that in 2024, thousands of women are being properly promoted. Sally Ann, continue to do good work. It's powerful. Yeah. Well, we thank you.
Oh, sorry. Let's see. Who did I miss? I'm so sorry about that. Let's see. I may have missed. Let's see. Yes, congratulations to Sal. Oh, we already did it. Shout out to Ross Eagle's Eyes, the best block making Bahamas. You know what I said?
Ross Eagle Eyes. I happened to have passed by His Majesty's prison because Wayne Monroe, they're going to establish this block manufacturing where they will produce 10,000 blocks per day because they intend to build one of the biggest prison. And while I was there, I ran into, what's his name? Call the name. Ross Eagle Eye.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I want to salute Ross Eagle Eye and all the hard working men who are cooperating and are working towards good rehabilitation in the King's prison. So that's powerful. Yeah. Do we have anything else?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. Are you paying bills now before I start campaigning?
No, we pay bills.
We pay bills at 5:30?
5:30, yeah.
Okay. Well, once again, as you are aware, presidential election is due in the United States of America by the 5th of November. Now, geographically, the nearest island in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas to the United States of America, it is alleged to be Bimini. Bimini is 50 miles off the coast of Florida. So you see how close the Commonwealth of the Bahamas is. The people of Bimini have been blessed because of their proximity to the United States of America. So today, I'm speaking to Bimini residents. I want you to know that the United States has been good to the people of Bimini. And an election is coming, and we have a duty as the Negro people to demonstrate that we're not going to get into any racist debate. We're going to ignore what they are saying about Donald Trump. Yes, Donald Trump is a white man, but I can't blame him for being white. He had no say in that. Okay? Donald Trump is the candidate who is committed to making America great again. And we have a duty to use our influence here in the Bahamas to influence every American citizen, every American tourist to return and to vote for Trump. There's nothing to be afraid of. Okay? This is the flag of the United States of America. And we have to keep America great. And there's only one presidential candidate who's committed to making America great. And Donald Trump, once elected, shall become our leader. Because we live in the free world. We have no choice in voting. We can't vote. Even though I think because of our closeness to the United States, there ought to be an amendment to allow Bahamians who want to vote. But that's complex. But we can use our influence because there is 12 million tourists coming to the Bahamas. And all we need to do is to campaign for Trump. Now, they can tell you all kinds of things about Donald Trump. They can tell you Donald Trump don't like black people. But I don't like some black people. All right? They can tell you that Donald Trump is curse. Well, I don't curse, but I could if I wanted to. They can tell you all kinds of things about Donald Trump. But Donald Trump is a good man. We must get him elected. And it's very important. So start putting aside racism, because I'm going to tell every Negro in the Bahamas something. We're going to celebrate Emancipation Day on Monday. That's when black people of African descent were set free. But I want you to know that none of you are pure black. Take it from me. All of you have white genes in you. Don't mind you're black. All of you have white genes in you. So stop hating the white genes in you and let's celebrate it. Because we are all made in the image of God. So we're going to get Donald elected. And I want to remind every Bahamian that when you see the tourists there, you tell them, vote for Donald. Yes, indeed. Donald knows what the poor people need. All right? So this is our mission in the Bahamas. And I want Bahamians to stop getting mad. And if you are upset with me campaigning for Donald Trump, you could campaign for the other side. All right? But I am campaigning for Donald Trump. I have confidence in him. I think he will make America great. I think he will have a strong military. I think he has the capacity to make friends with the Russians. Okay? It's very important because Russia has an atomic bomb. And I think Donald Trump has the capacity to make friends with little Kim. He's the man in Korea who also has a bomb. So it's a wonderful day in the world that I can safely campaign in the Bahamas. And I see this as a blessing. I believe that from the foundation of the earth, God ordained that on this day, the first day of August in the year 2024 that I shall be on a national radio and TV influencing millions of Americans. I want you Negroes to know that in the United States, millions of Americans are watching me. And I call on every American, red and yellow, black and white, it's Trump. Okay? It's Trump. And it's powerful. So that is what we are going to do. We're going to vote for Trump, meaning you, American citizen. I'm campaigning. And I want you to know that I'm in charge of Make America Great, Donald Trump Bahamas campaign. It's a wonderful thing, all right? It's peaceful. It's democratic. Plus, we have to watch this election because Trump has taught us that the last presidential election, they stole it from him. It's not me, it's Donald Trump. And I shall not ignore Donald Trump because these are the last days and wickedness is afoot. So we have to get Donald Trump elected. And I call on Americans everywhere. Hold up the flag, okay? Show them Donald Trump, even under fire. He held up and saluted the millions of people in the United States and around the world. And as Donald Trump has taught us, what did Trump say? Fight, 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 fight. Fight, fight, fight. Fight, fight, fight. Isn't that powerful? Man, it's poetic. It's powerful. Under attack, Donald Trump arose and he saluted his supporters. And I think we're going to have a great victory come November 5th. We're in the Bahamas. We will monitor the election because the last presidential election, according to Donald Trump, they stole it. Okay? And who am I? I'm not an American citizen. Donald was president when they did this. So he would have been in position to know what is going on. And I'm going to accept his word. And I'll tell you why I'm going to accept his word. He's not a Negro. Donald Trump is a white man. Donald Trump is an American citizen. Donald Trump is the 45th president of the United States. And you can afford to ignore what he says. I shall not. Okay? I'm still praying over everything he has said. So we have to vote for Donald Trump. And to the Negro people who have been complaining, stop getting upset. You really believe that I'm going to influence the presidential election? Do you really believe it? You're smart. I'm going to influence it. All right? We're going to get Donald Trump elected. And it's important to note that notwithstanding that Donald Trump is a sinner like us, he believed in Christian virtues. You heard me? And we in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, notwithstanding that many of us are hypocrites and sinners, we are Christians and we believe in the same principle that Donald Trump and the Republican believe in. We don't believe in killing baby. We do not believe in killing baby. All right? We believe in the sanctity of life. Donald Trump believes in the sanctity of life. So we have to support him. Remember his slogan, fight, fight, fight. Fight, fight, fight. I think it's powerful. Now, having said that, my spiritual advisor, is there anything that you had on your mind? You were talking about sandals yesterday.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But there is a proposed minimum wage increase again that's going to come in the very near future. And I think a lot of businesses, especially small businesses, are trying to figure out how they're going to be able to accommodate salaries.
Okay.
Now, I know it was $210, and then it went from $210 to $260, and I think now they're proposing $330.
Tree.
$330.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking they want to send minimum wage to.
Okay.
Everybody's saying that, well, 210, when it's 210, it's like $840 a month.
Okay.
And most folks say, listen, in the Bahamas it's very difficult to survive. If you're trying to find living accommodations, you got to pay light, water, cable, whatever have you. That was difficult to survive with $840. So it went from 210 to 260, which is now $1,040.
Yes.
Well, that's still kind of, because the average apartment will cost you between $800 and $900 a month.
Why so expensive?
That's how it is. I mean,
Why so expensive? Can't,
so where you think you're going to be able to find an apartment for $800 a month?
can't,
It's higher than that, right, producer? Yeah.
can't we reduce the apartment rate?
How?
How you mean how?
2-bedroom,
You
1 bathroom,
landlords should reduce the
air
rate.
conditioning, both rooms.
Yeah, paying
You know.
paying electric bill. Huh?
So it's difficult. I can tell you. Let's just use Stapleton Gardens as an example. 2-bedroom, 1 bathroom apartment may run you into about $9,000 to $1,000.
I think that's mass exploitation.
I doubt that.
I think the government should establish.
Rent control.
There is provision in law for rent control.
Really?
Yes.
So you can tell me how much I can rent my apartment for?
Yeah.
Huh? Consumer protection? Is that a part of consumer protection?
There was a provision in the law that dealt with rent control. If I'm correct, because it's a long time since I looked at that matter, the magistrate who was required to enforce it was Senator Sharon Wilson.
Oh, okay.
Okay? So I think we have to return to rent control because they're charging too much for rent.
Senator, you're not in the real world, man.
Mr. Spiritual Advisor, what you mean? I'm not
Senator,
doing very well.
all right. I know for a fact that there's some folks who may have condos, maybe a 1-bedroom condo that you rent out west. Do you know what that will cost you a month?
How much?
$2,200.
Well, that's too expensive. I'm not going out there.
$2,200 for a 1-bedroom condo. You can imagine that?
Yeah. That's
So I
too
don't
expensive.
know. Maybe rent control can talk to
We
these
need
landlords
rent
and ask them
control,
to reduce.
and we need the government to go back to the big yard and build some more apartments. Okay? The cost of living is very, very high. I just went to the store the other day, buy some grits, buy egg, buy corned beef, 2 mango, a tomato paste, a bag of onion, and the people tell me $50.
You get a lot for $50, man. That's a lot for $50.
No, they robbed me.
Yeah, man.
They robbed me.
Groceries are expensive.
And it's too expensive. All right? And I think the time has come for Chester Cooper, who is the Member of Parliament for Exuma, to encourage the new generation of Exumians to start growing onions again. Because Exuma used to be the onion capital of the Bahamas, if I remember. God save the incoming world leader. God save the President of the United States, Donald John Trump. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save King Charles III. It's powerful. Welcome back to Freedom Match. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Road is my spiritual advisor, and I would like to inform the public that I have received two WhatsApp from the United States of America. One American citizen say if I could leave them alone because they have enough problem. And the other text tells me that they're going with Trump. So this is powerful. So it's balanced, so we have to push harder. I call on the Negro people once again, listen to me. When Donald becomes president, I shall write him. I'm going to request from the new president that he signs an executive order. Listen to what I'm demanding. Dear President Donald Trump, we have campaigned for you in the Bahamas. And all we ask is that you will sign an executive order declaring that the Commonwealth of the Bahamas shall be the tourism and vacation destination of every American citizen, and that you recommend that they come to any one of the 700 islands, 2,000 rocks and keys in 100,000 square miles of ocean, and it will be powerful. Mr. Spiritual Advisor, you ready to read ads?
Yes, the Work Center located Rosetta Street across the road from Roberts Furniture is your one-stop shop for back-to-school Dickies, Timberlands, and many, many more. So come on down and let their friendly staff assist you with getting ready for back to school, the Work Center. Everybody needs money, so why not send money? Now and always send money internationally and locally through Western Union by using with MoneyMax. Download the MoneyMax app today to send cash instantly to a family member or friend. Sending money has never been more simpler. The app is available on the Apple Store and the Google Play Store. MoneyMax, live your max life. Sorry, I need to get a drink of water. All right, go ahead, Sandra.
Well, I thank you. I want to salute a County Joe woman from Long Island. Her name is Flory Cartwright. Flory Cartwright, she cooks some of the best split pea soup, and her restaurant is almost at the tail end of Government House, but on the western side, and it was delicious. So I salute her, and I now invite members of the public to call in. I want you to be kind today. Other than that, I'm going to hang up on you. And I want you to be kind to my candidate as President Donald Trump. And I shall not tolerate any racism, okay? I want you to talk politics without saying his color, okay? And this would be powerful. Let's get beyond color today. After all, Donald is a wonderful citizen of the world. So, Mr. Producer, do we have any calls? Hello, caller. Well, pardon? Welcome to Freedom Match.
No, we don't.
Oh, not yet. Okay, my spiritual advisor.
No, sorry, brother.
Yeah, okay.
No calls yet. So the lines are open. Please call us. 323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775, 698-0776. The line's open. If you want to call us to engage us, please do. 323-7775, 698-0775, 698-0776. Any calls yet? No? Senator.
Yes.
I don't know if we have the video, but sorry. Welcome to Freedom March? No calls, sorry. All right, please, the lines are open. Call us 323-7775, 698-0775, and 698-0776. Somebody text me wanting to know why you didn't attend the Rasta March. Was there a march?
When did the Rasta march? They normally march on the 2nd of July. When did they march?
I don't know.
Listen, my nephew is one of the highest priests in Rastafari. And he knows his uncle, that's me. I'm upset that the government is going to allow him to smoke dope. And I'm very, very upset. And I didn't know that he and the Rastafarians were marching. And so I didn't, I didn't know. But I know traditionally they march the second day of July, if I'm correct. I don't know what they're going to do for emancipation. And all I ask them to do is, please, if you're marching, please hide your dope, okay? I don't want you all walking up and down in the road smoking dope. I don't care what Attorney General gave you all permission to smoke dope, because I need to know why the Attorney General, Ryan Pinder, appears to be in love with the Rastafarian movement. I need to know. Hello, welcome to Freedom March.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Monka.
Sir.
Did you watch that show yesterday afternoon with Donald Trump and the black reporters of America?
Yes, I saw a small piece of it.
But you always saw a small piece. I watched the whole thing.
Well, I didn't.
What's that?
You gotta understand.
All right. Okay, I
told
accept
you.
that.
All right.
All right. The way he conduct himself and talk about that lady running against him.
What did he say?
I'm not going to tell you what all he said. But
Well,
listen what
tell
I'm
me
saying.
a little piece of what he said.
Listen. He is a terrible man. You talking about Christian? Boy, isn't nothing to him.
What did he
Because
say?
he criticized that black. You expect for people to come on the show and talk bad about him because I'm not worrying about he white because the Democrat white and the Republican white. I'm not worrying about that. But I'm just saying he is a no good man and he's the worst president that ever run for
That
United
is not
States.
true.
Because you know why you believe in him?
Why?
Because you ain't saved. That's why
Really?
you ain't believe in him. That's why you
No,
believe in him.
no, I believe in
You
him.
just like him.
No, I believe in
It's
him.
terrible how he treat that talk about that lady.
What did he say?
Huh? Man, look here, I'm not going into all the details because you say you watch it.
I watched a small piece of it, and he said
But if
nothing.
you campaigning so much for him, you should watch all his rallies that he have.
I tried to, but
I watch all of them.
I tried to, but he said nothing that was disparaging.
He said the woman was never, this wasn't the stuff he said. So the woman was not a black woman. She just recently become a black woman.
Okay. And what is unreasonable about that?
What?
What is unreasonable about
So
that?
why he going talking about color? What are you discussing color for?
Do you know what DI mean?
No, you tell me.
They raised the issue of color. They raised the issue of color by using a technical description. And
I
all,
hear what they said. They said that on the show. They didn't say that.
yes, listen to me,
What's
Negro.
it, DIU? What is it? DI something?
They raised the question of color. So Donald said he always knew her to be an Indian. But in more recent times,
Biracial.
she is saying that she's
She's identified as
African.
black, yeah.
That is what he's saying.
But not cutting you off, Manka.
Yes.
Not cutting you off.
Yes.
Spiritual advisor, I hold you up to be a holy man.
Now he's black.
And you taking on every. I listen to you and I watch your whole show. You taking every side of him with this Trump and going on.
Because of
And
biblical
if you
principle.
taking his side with that,
I with Trump based on his policies.
I ain't have too much in you like I had before.
Listen.
Okay, listen.
You let me down.
Okay.
Listen for a second. Go ahead, spiritual advisor.
Okay, listen. I support the Republican Party, of which Donald Trump is the candidate for presidency, because of their policies. And let me tell you why. Their policies are in keeping with biblical principles.
Hallelujah! Hallelujah!
Now, despite what you may think about Trump, do you know what the Apostle Paul's life was before he became a Christian? Do you know that man authorized the murder of Christians? Do you realize that the Apostle Paul got letters and had Christians flogged and put into prison?
And you
But
saying
God turned it around. Go turn it around for him.
The GOP is a Christian party.
Principles. I have to support them because
Ah,
of
you
their
gotta be joking.
They
Christian
believe in
principles.
family.
Nothing but American
They,
policy.
they believe in
No,
family.
you joking.
They believe in faith.
You gotta be.
So you
gotta
hear
be
me?
joking.
But you support the Republican Party,
See,
right?
listen here.
The Democrats.
Listen,
He
listen here.
supports.
You support the
Listen,
Democratic
Eliza.
Party, right?
Why you think? All right, I want you to watch this good. Why you think is so many big people who in high society like governor or different states, they are Republican and they are not voting for him.
That is
Okay.
not true.
Don't tell me.
I'm telling
They are
you.
not voting for him.
You will
Okay.
come to that conclusion at the end of the election.
In Atkins, in Arizona the other day,
Listen to me.
he
You will see a level of duplicity that you have never seen before.
All right, we're gonna go to the next call.
All right? It is Trump.
But caller, you claim to be a Christian, but you're supporting homosexuality and lesbianism and transgender.
And killing baby.
Man, you're something else. Welcome to Freedom March. Caller, you're live. Caller, you there?
Yes, I am.
Go ahead, caller, you're live.
Yeah, good afternoon again.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Monica. I'm the youth spiritual advisor.
Yes, sir.
I don't support no Democrat or Republican because I can't vote in the United States.
Okay.
But I have plenty family members.
You
who
just
live
like
over
me.
there.
You just like me.
Why should I tell them vote for Donald Trump, a man who's a convicted felon, a man who's been civilly found liable for assaulting a female, one of the women down, American woman down? Why should I tell my family to support Trump?
I am going to rely on the highest court in the United States.
No, the Supreme Court ain't rule on that matter.
You see, now you ask me a question, and when I go to answer, you give me the answer. I am going to rely on the Supreme Court of the United States of America, who's told the lower courts that only evidence where he was not acting in his capacity as president and commander-in-chief can be used against him. As a result of that, the 34 conviction, he was supposed to have been sentenced on the 11th of July. The judge had to cancel and adjourn to September. There is a major conspiracy against Donald Trump. And I don't want to get graphic, but I want to say something to you. I want to say something to you. Just hear me just for a second. I'm 67. And the sexuality that they put on Donald Trump are all man. I'm 67. I couldn't commit that.
Hey, that's you. That's you.
So
You
I'm
ain't Trump.
smart enough to know that Donald Trump could not throw one of the women them up against the wall and do what they claim.
That happened from in the 90s or something
Listen
like that.
to me. You have to
he's
watch
still
out
a fairly
for...
young man.
You have to watch out for the Americans. If you look
Is
at
it?
the American news, everything is anti-Trump. It's a major, major conspiracy to stop Donald Trump.
Trump caused all them problems on himself.
But-
He's
but-
a big
but call
man, and he caused all them problems
Right.
on himself. Just like everybody else, you're responsible for your decisions.
We gotta let you go,
So,
caller.
wait.
We gotta let you go, right? But before you let him go?
No,
You still there? But listen, but before you go, let me ask a question. Why doesn't the American Constitution disqualify Trump for running for president?
because back then, the persons who decide on the Constitution way back then, they didn't think that they'd have a criminal-minded person to be our president.
Boy, but you better accept it. He's running. And he's not
Yeah, he
disqualified. Yeah.
Ain't wrong.
Yeah, he's not disqualified.
You read the Bible, right?
Listen to
When
me.
it was Jesus' time, right? The people that asked for Barabbas, right?
Listen to me.
don't know if we can accept
Everything
that scenario.
that they tried on Donald Trump, God saved them from it. Everything.
Thank you, caller.
All
We
right?
got to go. Let's take another call. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live.
spiritual advisor.
Good afternoon. How are you, sir?
Great, sir. Mr. Manka.
God save Donald Trump.
Yeah, Mr. Manka, you could have it your way, man. But
Listen.
Mr. Manka, you know the other day, I told you about the saying that the boy Taylor would the police bring in from the States. And you say that they now
you had to go to the American Embassy to find that out, Mr. Munka.
No,
I
no, no,
already
no,
told you
no,
that,
no, no,
sir.
no, 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 no. Hold on a second. I didn't tell you I went to the United States today.
No, you went to the embassy.
I didn't say went today.
No, but you said you went to the embassy to find that out.
Yes.
I had already told you that, sir.
Sir, you are late. You are talking about what you told me today. I spoke to the U.S. Embassy in the 80s, Negro. Go read the
Okay, Mr. Munka,
newspaper.
putting that aside, though.
Just hold on for a second. Just hold on for a second. Go read the newspaper of the 80s.
Mr. Munka, all of that is well. I listening to you, right?
Okay.
But I remember the saying vividly, so we don't have to discuss that at length. But what I'm
I
saying
know the
to
story.
you,
I know the story better than you.
man, Mr. Munka, anyway, we leave that right there, because then you see, the more you talk, the more you can bring talk.
Ah,
Okay.
so watch out for me.
No, likewise, sir.
Right.
So, Mr. Munka,
Yes.
what I am saying is, if you run a household and you have children of various ages, and you let the big children get away with something, don't you think the younger children can repeat the same things that the big children did?
What is your
if you
point?
don't reprimand and put your foot down?
What is your point?
My point is, if nothing happened 20 or 30 years ago in that investigation, wouldn't make you think something to happen now in the investigation.
What investigation are you talking about 30 years ago?
The investigation where the young man who was brought in by the police was killed, allegedly by the police, and nothing came out of that.
That isn't totally true. You need to go and read. I'm not going to tell you what all happened, but that is not totally true.
Well, it must be a secret, because I don't know about it, Mr. Munka.
Well, that's
I hear nothing happen
because
about it.
you have forgotten.
How I could forget and I remind you about it.
No, you ain't remind me about nothing.
All right, Mr. Munka. But the next thing I'd remind you about,
Yeah.
remember when Donald Trump did own Resorts International?
Really?
On Private Island?
You remember that?
Yeah.
What is your point?
My point is, if he throw Resorts International to the wolves, then what make you think he has any careful behavior?
Come on.
I don't know if
Trump love
that's
us.
the correct thing to do right there. I don't know. But
Trump love us.
anyhow.
Stop your racism.
Yeah, it's crazy.
All right.
Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live. Caller, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Good. Turn your radio down first, please. Go ahead.
Hey, Rod.
So,
How you doing, man?
right here, what's on your mind?
Well, I just listening to the show. Spiritual Advisor, how
yes,
you
sir.
doing?
How are you?
I spoke to you today.
Okay. And I thought I remember the name. Everything
Yeah.
okay?
Hey, what happened? You're not telling the producer to cut that Negro. You running on with something. The guy trying to find out something and city off properly. He sound like he won't tell you things what you know about. So don't forget, use the host of the show you.
That is true.
So you don't have to let them run your pressure up,
That is true.
trying to make sense to them. If you for Trump, then you for Trump.
I
If
for Trump.
want to talk religiously, so what?
I for Trump.
Seems like everyone who running for office talk religiously.
Not everyone.
Not everyone, I would say, but
In the United States, the only party that is talking Christianity, Christian virtues is Donald Trump and the Republican Party. Okay?
okay, yeah, that's understood.
I thought
Because,
you-
you know,
Yeah.
just lately, the lady was here in the Bahamas advocating of the LGBT, this and that.
That ain't scripture, eh?
No, that's not scripture. That's, I mean, she wasn't being negative. She was being positive for her party.
Well, for the Bahamas, she was being negative.
Well,
Yeah. Anyway,
Well,
your point is well taken.
yeah, just be nice, man. We have a lot of people on your side, so
You with Trump?
yes. Who else it would be with?
God bless you, eh?
Okay?
This is-
Just be nice, take it easy.
I
Don't
shall.
worry about the people.
I won't worry
And
about
you
that.
love them now, and don't cuss them out. But
Okay, I won't cuss them
I won't
out.
out.
Thank you, eh?
Okay, take
Let's-
it easy.
All right.
Let's
Yeah,
start
man.
with Trump.
Okay, great. Take care.
We're starting with Trump. Go ahead, my spiritual advisor.
Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live.
Good afternoon, guys. Mr. Rod Monka.
Sir, I'm here.
Mr. Monka,
Sir,
okay, tell political opposition they got claim they straight place. Remember when Tennyson Wells was Attorney General?
yes?
Remember Treasury money where the money gets pulled off the corner?
Now, listen, I won't cover that up
Why?
because there are certain names that were involved in that whose name has emerged in this. You get me? So I want to cover up. I'm covering up. Don't forget I'm F&M. So every now and then I have to cover up. Go ahead.
Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. Call you live.
Yeah. To the two gentlemen, I know you all talk about the different two parties, but American society is set up where you cannot discriminate against nobody.
Okay.
So both of those parties, they might not say it out loud, but they cannot discriminate because that's against the law.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's
That's
just
fine.
like if you discriminate against the gay people, that's like discriminating against a black man
Yeah, that's
or a
true.
white man
Yeah, yeah.
or a Chinese man. So you can't discriminate, and that's what the Democratic Party is all about. That's what they're all about. You cannot discriminate on a person in America. You
But-
get locked up for that and go to jail.
Yeah, but-
Don't mind that.
So,
American is a
so what has
Christian nation, just like the Bahamas is a Christian nation.
So what has been
on both sides?
What has been happening to those black people under the Biden's administration?
Like who? For example, who?
The Negro woman they shot in her eyes.
That's not a discrimination. That's just a police doing a rogue police officer.
Okay.
Yeah.
A black woman.
You have police officers shooting black and white people. That don't mean
No,
now if you would discriminate against a person,
Yeah.
you would say, look here.
Anyway.
Well, I rather give this man, a white man, the job, and not this black man.
Okay,
That's discrimination.
but-
and if a
But
person is
going
known
in
to
the
be gay,
home of a black woman who calls for the police and he shoots her in her eye, that ain't discrimination, right?
no, that's outright murder. See, that's,
Okay, well, I thank you for-
They charge him with murder for that.
I thank you for guiding me along that line. I want you to apply that same principle to Donald Trump. Donald Trump is the best candidate. You may not like his views, but he will make America strong. He will make America great. And I thank you for your comments. It's powerful.
Okay, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What I find to be...
There's no call?
We have a caller? Okay, let's take these two calls. Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live.
Thank you.
Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live.
Yeah, good afternoon. Hello?
Yeah, turn your radio down first, please, ma'am. Could you turn your radio down? Or TV, whatever that you listen to us with.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Freedom March. You got 30 seconds.
Yes, I'm Miss Bain, calling not long.
Hello, Miss Bain.
Using my neighbor phone. But I only want to say to Mr. Rodney Munker,
Yes.
there's no offense. Mr. Trump is a plain, craziest man I've ever seen or heard in my whole life. He's crazy. He has a problem.
Okay.
So if you want to be with him, it's no problem. Everybody, each his own.
Well, I thank you, and I ask you to pray for him and to spread the word. It's Trump, Trump, Trump. And it's fight, fight, fight. I thank you, my dear.
You know, oh, that's it. Okay, so we're
Yeah.
coming to the end of the show.
Well, folks, it was wonderful discussing President Donald Trump and the United States election. It's good for me to hear and gauge how the Negro people feel about what is taking place in America. It's good for conversation. It's good for the campaign. But I want the Commonwealth of the Bahamas to know that I'm committed to the election of Donald Trump. And I call on American citizens around the world to return to the United States and to vote. They are to vote for Donald Trump and his running mate, J.D. Vance. I sincerely believe that Donald will make America great again. I sincerely believe that Donald Trump and his policies will be great for America, and it's powerful. God save the United States of America. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save President Donald Trump. And as Trump would say, fight, fight, fight. God save the King. Fight, fight, fight. Donald Trump, fight, fight, fight. It's powerful.